Hi, I'm khushi Sharma, a 15-year-old sophomore from J.P. Stevens High School in Edison, New Jersey. Today, I will be presenting a major concern in our community, education that Edison children receive. Edison has a prestigious reputation for its amazing education system and has some of the top-rated schools in New Jersey and even in our entire country. However, Edison has been noticing a trend that reflects deterioration in its academic ratings for the past few years. The cause of that? Overpopulation in Edison schools. More and more students have been enrolling in Edison Township public schools every year at exponential rates. At this point, a lot of our elementary schools in Edison, such as Lindenau Elementary, Lincoln Elementary, MLK, and Ben Franklin Elementary, to name a few, are running at double the capacity set by the fire department, which is a blatant hazard to the safety of innocent children and a hazard to the lives of future America. The school that I attend, J.P. Stevens High School, has over 2,500 students, while its capacity, according to our fire department standards, is about 1,500 students. This means that my school is running at over 1,000 students over capacity. The next couple of slides accurately describe the astonishing conditions of Edison schools, especially the high schools. Students are struggling to get to class on time and are often arriving to class late because of the terrible traffic in the hallways. This is a picture of the traffic in J.P. Stevens High School and Edison High School. Students are also struggling to eat their lunch at school too. This is because they struggle to find time because of the terribly long lines at school cafeterias. In fact, at the elementary schools, there are no cafeterias. Lots of Edison schools have lunch ladies serving the kids their lunches in the middle of the hallways, which makes overcrowding even worse. Elementary school students at Edison even reported that they sometimes have to skip eating lunch because they can't find a place to sit. In an interview with mycentraljersey.com, Edison Township Public School District stated that, and I quote, Edison Township Public Schools has 2,949 students without a seat, according to district practice operational capacity data. Classes in, aside from students struggling with this issue, staff have been doing the same as well. A lot of our assistant principals, secretaries, and counselors have offices as makeshift closets. Classes in all Edison schools have been running in trailers such as these for more than 5 years now. This is especially unsafe for all since it requires students and staff to go outside to get to their classes, regardless of the harsh weather or regardless of the hazardous outdoor conditions. Now, this is obviously a pressing issue for Edison Township, but what has the Edison Board of Education done about it? Well, in April of 2019, the school board proposed a referendum that would add multiple new classrooms called A Brighter Edison. A Brighter Edison would renovate and upgrade classrooms in only six of Edison's 17 overflowing schools. This plan would end up adding or renovating 122 classrooms and bringing back full day kindergarten and even upgrading utilities that were not safe to use previously. Now, Edison's residents voted no for this referendum in December of 2019 for two main reasons. First, parents thought that this is only a transient solution to a perpetual quandary, which also raised their taxes by about 10%. Instead, parents want the district to create new schools in itself, which would properly seat those students and would seat more incoming students as well. Parents have brought their ideas up collectively in multiple board meetings, but unfortunately, they were disregarded. About 2 months ago, I reached out to a member of the Edison Township Public Schools Board and talked to her about this issue and the board's take on creating new schools. She mentioned that there were board members who supported the idea of building new schools to solve the issue of overpopulation. However, they lacked the funds to do so. While researching, I thought that this possibly couldn't end here, and I kept looking for more solutions. I found out that in 2014, James Monroe Elementary School had burned down to the ground, leaving students without a school. Because of that, Edison Township had to build a new school from scratch, and it transformed from this to this. Now, my question was that if the EBOE was able to gather enough funds to rebuild the James Monroe Elementary School from scratch within 2 years, then why can't they scrape up enough to build another school or two? My passion about this issue is going to continue to drive me to help find a solution, whether that be that I go and speak about this at a state level at the NJ Department of Education budget hearings, or it be that I protest in front of our board meetings. My peers and I have the right to a safe and fair education, and if we are not provided with that, then we must fight for it. Thank you for listening to my presentation.